What's up everyone, Mr. Pixel here, and we're gonna go ahead and talk about the Pixel Fold. This is like a no BS type video of the Pixel Fold, just kind of like letting you know how I use it in the daily day of my life and how it fits in and what works and what don't works for me well. So the first thing I want to say is that multitasking is one of the things that I actually love about the Pixel Fold, is that the multitasking up here is very simple. I never really used it when I had a slab phone because slab phones were too small, doing the split screen at the top and the bottom, and people love that. I never did. I never liked it at all, and I never really ever used it. But having the Pixel Fold has changed everything about that, because having two full-blown apps side by side on two different screens is incredible. It's almost like the Surface Duo, if you ever own that, having two full apps side to side. And that's how I use it, and I prefer it that way. I don't prefer to have a floating app, and I'm not coming at Samsung and my Samsung users. Love you guys, love Samsung. Just, I don't care for 3 apps. I don't care for 4 or 5 apps. I'm just using 2 things at a time, just the same as if I was on my computer when I'm using split screen up there. I don't do multiple things at one time besides 2 things. So it just gives me that same feeling. And again, this is about me and my usage. So I love the split screen up there. Now let's talk about the camera. The camera is a good camera. It's a pixel camera, right? But I'm just not 100% satisfied with the camera due to owning the Pixel 8 Pro, knowing that that camera is like light years better in resolution. I got pro modes, I got 50 megapixel raw files, I got 50 megapixel JPEGs, and just everything. And this is just 12, still bending 12. And it's just a little upsetting. And I use this camera not for my photography pleasures, but more so like snapping my daughter, snapping my wife, or snapping food, and just the basic stuff that any normal person would do with this camera. But my Pixel 8 Pro is probably the camera that I take out and I actually use. The sun just went away now behind those clouds, so I just lost all my lighting. How crazy is that, right in the middle of shooting? Now the Pixel 8 Pro is a camera that I carry around, and I actually use this for my photography pleasures when I don't have my real camera with me. But if you are a person and you only have the Fold, I would say personally the Fold will do the job. It's totally fine. It's just, being a photographer, it just doesn't satisfy me. Next thing we're going to talk about is the Pixel Fold battery life. It's been a great battery for me all day, no problems, no issues. I don't really push the processor too hard at all because I'm just a basic user when it comes to these devices and stuff. So I haven't had any issues with it whatsoever. I know a lot of people, is different for everybody, and the different apps that we use and how we use them and how we do things and everything like that. But for me, it's just been solid. It's been a solid experience. I don't know what else to say about that. Battery's been pretty much great. Now we're gonna talk about the screen quality. I wanna say that the screen quality is perfect for like indoor usage. Not so perfect outside, it doesn't get bright enough on a sunny day for me to see it. Plus I'm using a matte screen protector to, block out the reflections and stuff like that. So that kind of, kills my visual anyways a little bit with matte screen protectors and stuff like that. But I prefer matte because no fingerprints, and it blocks out glares and everything like that, especially when I'm taking photos of it. So it's a really good screen protector that I use. I'll have the link down in the description if you want to try it out or not. But yeah, it's okay. It's not the best in the direct sun, but it looks good, any other time of the day and stuff. I really don't have too many complaints because I'm not really using my phones out in direct sun a lot, but for somebody who is, I can see that totally being a really big issue for you and not being able to see it. But it's not the life that I live. It's not the life that I choose. So for me, it's not even a big issue or a big complaint for me to talk about it. But I'm only bringing it up because I feel like if you are on the fence of getting this, then you need to know that it's not that bright. Hopefully in the next iteration, they go ahead and bring us 2500 or 2400 nits like they did with the Pixel 8 Pro, and we should be good to go as far as that. But really no complaints about the screen. So let's go ahead and talk about the AI stuff that I love about it. I mean, I really don't want to go down the list of things that it does. You guys already know, but the AI features, I do love them. They work very well for me. The call screening, clear calling, all the magic stuff, the editing stuff, just everything in general, the spam. I love all of that about the Pixel, and this is why I love the Pixel experience so much and why I stick with it, because when I put my SIM card into another phone, then that's where I'd be like, oh, I miss this, I miss having this, I miss having that. So everybody has like a hook, Apple has a hook where they have like, iMessage and FaceTime for their users, and Pixel have like this AI stuff and spam calling that hooks me into it, and Samsung has like decks and all the features and customizations, good lock and everything else that a lot of people love. So everyone has their hook, and that is the hook for me, is really the spam stuff and all the AI stuff, because I can't get that in any other phone. Even like the texting experience, the voice dictation, everything is really great about the Pixel experience, and that's why I stick with it. So yeah, I really love the AI features, and that's why I'm here to stay. All right, so now we're gonna talk about like the apps, right? So my experience with the apps has been up and down, and I don't mean to a point where like apps don't have tablet versions. Like, well, yes and no, right? So let's just use YouTube Studio, right? That's an app that doesn't have a tablet version. So if I'm on the app and I open it up and it goes into landscape, sometimes it doesn't, right? Sometimes it doesn't stretch all the way across the screen, and then I have to hit the button to make it stretch, and it breaks, and then when I close it, it's real teeny on the front screen instead of the normal size. So I have issues that happen like that. So if it's on the outer side screen, it's normally a small square, and then I have to hit it to resize it. Or if I open it up and then it's right here in the center of the screen and not full size, and I have to hit it to resize it. Sometimes I have those issues with just really that app. I haven't had any experiences with any other apps, which is insanely crazy. I made this whole section about apps, and that's like the only app that gives me problems. Every other app that I got set for to stretch across the screen opens up perfectly and closes perfectly on both screens. So it's really just YouTube Studio. I really made this whole thing about YouTube Studio. So you know I really can't talk about this phone without talking about the ratio for it, right? I know that, you know, this is a Google channel, and it just makes sense for me to say I think that they have the best ratio, right, than any foldable. But let me tell you why I do like it before you jump down my throat. It's the only foldable on the market currently that I'm aware of that actually opens in landscape. Now, my ideal foldable would be a phone on the outside and opens up into a tablet. Now, from my understanding, tablets normally have like a landscape orientation. The numbers could be different from 6x9, 6x10, and all that stuff like that. But no matter how you look at it, tablets are landscape when you're using them, right? We don't really use tablets in portrait. We use them in landscape. So it makes sense that the Pixel Fold opens in landscape, while all other foldables have this weird square ratio, which actually makes the apps longer. And from my understanding, and this is not from experience with the OnePlus, I lost my son again. And this is not from my experience using the OnePlus Open, but more so the Galaxy Fold, Z Fold. And it opens in this squarish like look, which you can rotate the landscape, very aware of that, right? But it opens in portrait, which means that the apps, if they're side by side, they're gonna be long and stretched. And as far as the Open goes, I have a friend who owns the Open, and if you do, please confirm this with me in the comments as well. He said that when he's watching video on the outside screen and the inside screen, if he rotate it in landscape or whatever orientation, he doesn't get more video screen. It's the same size screen on the outside and the inside. So he said there's really no benefit of the inside screen as far as viewing media, at least on some of the things that he used like YouTube and some stuff. But I'm pretty sure that may not apply for everything. But you let me know, because I don't own the Open. But I know on the Pixel Fold, the outside screen, much smaller video, inside screen, much larger canvas, because it's closer to that 6:9 ratio that you get. So you get less black bars, but you still get black bars. But you know, you can always stretch it if you want, just like any other tablet you can do too as well. But that's why I like the aspect ratio. On the outside is a 5.8-inch phone. I know that's not ideal for everyone anymore. I know 6.1 might be the perfect size. Hopefully the Fold, you know, 2 comes at 6.1 and still have the landscape orientation. But I really do like that it's a phone, 5.8, opens up to a 7-inch 0.76 or something tablet. I don't know the ratio, don't care. It just opens up in landscape, which is important to me. And it feels like a tablet when I'm holding it in my hand. You know, I even had somebody comment one time and say, "What tablet is that?" Oh God, that was so funny. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and end this video talking about the Pixel Fold. And look, see how bright it get? This is what I was talking about right here, is this brightness right here. Well, I really hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit that like, share, and subscribe button. And just let your friends know about my channel, Mr. Pixel, always talking about Pixel content. And this is the place you wanna come to first if you are a Pixel user, lover, fan, fanboy. Anyways, I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.